Hello, Gamescom. My name is Tali.
I'm Evitel.
And welcome to a WoW podcast. Obviously, episode number
47.
Episode
Special
number.
Gamescom edition, live here from Cologne. Hello, guys. Internet, I see you. I don't think these guys believe that there's actually a crowd out here. Can you guys let me know that you're here?
Stagecraft.
Thank you.
Who could have thought when we first started this cutting-edge news WoW podcast weekly 10 years ago that we'd be at episode 47 already and here on stage. Now, for those of you who don't know or watch our podcast, congratulations. Your life is excellent.
Well done.
But we are a weekly WoW podcast laser-focused on the news, and WoW news is all we talk about. So if you're here expecting us to talk about anything else apart from WoW news, you're going to be sorely disappointed, okay? Isn't that right, Evitel?
Yes.
And I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, oh no, I don't want to watch these two people on stage for an hour and a half. Well, good news, because this is an incredibly important and special episode of our podcast, which means it's not just going to be us up here. No, no, no. We've got lots of special guests.
Oh?
20 special guests, to be precise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the undisputed best raid guild in Europe, Echo!
What? Well, Tali?
What do you mean? Busy doing what? Echo aren't coming.
Are they busy, Tali?
I hope they lose.
Oh.
They're not going to. I had to check on my phone before I came out just to make sure they hadn't killed it, because they're incredibly close. I was like, please don't kill it before the show starts, because I've got a really good joke.
Yeah. You know what? I really wish I could have been watching the race, but we have been here at Gamescom absorbing all of the news, the announcements, the hype for Midnight, which is coming soon, and which we've had an amazing look at so far.
Evitel, what has been your favorite part of the announcements so far? What's the thing that you're most looking forward to?
Hanging out with you.
Ah. For me, it was Liadrin.
You know
With
what? I don't blame
glowing
you.
eyes, but were they glowing enough? So we are here live on stage with you guys, but we are also streaming live onto our YouTube channel right now. So if we look down here, it's not because we're scripted. We learned the script ages ago before we came on. It's because our stream chat is actually coming up on this monitor.
Hello,
right
chat.
Here. And it's
See
very
you,
important
chat.
that we do have our stream chat here on stage with us as well, because something I thought it'd be fun to do today, Evitel.
Oh, tell me more.
A little game we like to play in the lead up to any new expansion and all the announcements and all the new features is we like to do a little predictions game.
A predictions bingo game, to be
Well, that's
precise.
what it's evolved into, yeah, absolutely. But it first started off, we did a little predictions video about Battle for Azeroth. Way back, when was that? 20 years ago, something like that?
2030.
And I don't know what happened, but I got incredibly lucky, and I pretty much correctly predicted the entire expansion. Down to the zones, down to the story, down to the final boss. And that, unfortunately, gave me a completely unearned reputation for being quite good at predicting stuff. And so that's like my thing now. So every time there's a new expansion, I basically cook this huge pot of speculation spaghetti. And I throw it all up against the wall, like so much of it. The walls are just covered in speculation spaghetti, and some of it sticks. And when it sticks, I'm like, see, I told you. And I just ignore the floor covered in cold, greasy, wet, incorrect speculation spaghetti. Yep. And that's what I thought we'd do today. So before we came here and enjoyed all of the midnight announcements, some of which even made it online, we made a bingo card.
Behold.
We filled it in with some of my best predictions.
Now, you say your predictions. I like to think I had some input.
Are you sure you want to try and take credit for this? Think very carefully about what you're doing here.
All right, Tali, they're
I'm
your
giving you the chance.
predictions.
I'm jumping in front of the bullet for you here.
They're your predictions.
Okay. My predictions for the expansion. And what we did was we put that open to our YouTube audience as well. And we said, guys, pick a row from our prediction bingo. And if we get any bingos at all, we will go through the comments and we will find the people that predicted the correct row and we will give you a prize. We'll, you know, like do a draw. There's so much merch back there. We're not even gonna have to buy anything. All for Christmas for our kids. It's gonna be brilliant. And, you know, so everyone who's watching has a real reason to hope that my predictions were fantastic and not just good, but in the correct order so that they could win whatever prizes we get round to. Now, I am going to tell you, before we start, that row L, this diagonal here that goes through the free square and up to A, that was by far the most popular line for people to choose in our comments.
Unsurprisingly, our chat has chosen the L.
So if I were you, that's probably the line that I'd keep my eye on, because that's the one that has the most benefit to our audience, the most benefit to you guys, some of whom I know are our audience as well. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you, patrons. Like and subscribe. And I thought we'd go through the bingo now. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the Midnight Expansion Bingo card!
Hey! Shall we kick things off, Tali?
Let's do it. And we're going to do it in order because that's just much easier for me. The first prediction was, of course, that the jailer leak was fake. Now, for those of you who don't know, I love fake leak season. Fake leak season is the best thing that's ever happened.
It really is, isn't it?
In World of Warcraft. And AI fake leak season is something else entirely. AI, there's a whole new world of fake leaks out there. And one of them was the fake jailer shot. This isn't it. This is the actual jailer. I miss him.
I miss him. I can't believe I'm saying that out loud.
I miss him so much. And that's why I was so happy when I thought they'd be bringing him back. There was a leaked shot from a cinematic, supposedly. I would have actually used the actual shot, but when it's this big, you could see just how AI it was. It didn't look anywhere near as good. And I didn't want to embarrass you, because you thought it was real, didn't you?
I had a hope, you know? Because
you hoped it was real?
Yeah, I wanted it to be real.
You hoped that when Ian Hazacostas or whatever said, and here's midnight, that was going to be the first thing we saw?
That. And then Xalatath stepping in and, like, literally kicking him down. Right? Come on.
So this, obviously, prediction did come true, although we might not have seen him in the live show, in the live reveal, but I feel like that is a pretty good artist representation of what all of us look like by the end of the reveal stream. After, like, 2 hours of Xbox show, and all the presenters were like, they knew everyone was there for WoW. She kept on coming on and being like, well, now it's time for a world of fun for the next game.
A new expansion announcement for something else.
Midnight approaches in about 5 hours.
What a tease.
Make sure you're home by then. It's dark out there. So yeah, that was a good impression of me as I was watching that stream. But of course, that was fake. So straight off the bat, we've got one.
We got one. Not a bad start.
Row L looking pretty tasty. Nom nom nom. We love the L's on this channel. We eat them right up. Our next prediction was Dark Heart Barocca.
Okay, Tali, I'm going to need you to explain this for everyone who is not like a niche UK person. What is Barocca?
Do you seriously not know what Barocca is?
No, I know. I'm doing the stage thing where I'm getting you to talk about
I
it.
know,
what
it's
it is.
because you've never had a hangover in your life. But
Correct.
A Barocca is, what do you call it? The thing that you
It's like a fizzy tablet you drop in a drink, full of vitamins and good things for you, apparently. This is not an ad. But that's what a Barocca is. Okay, so you're saying
So I had a prediction about the Midnight Cinematic. And my prediction was that it would start on the Isle of Keldanas.
Okay.
Pretty good prediction so far. My prediction was that the Void would be attacking.
Not
Pretty
bad.
good prediction so far. My prediction was that the Void would take over and Xalatath would be there. Pretty good prediction so far. And then I thought the Void would win and she'd go into the Sunwell and she'd have her Dark Heart with her, all full of Demencius, spoiler, and she'd throw it into the Sunwell and it would be like a Barocca, right? It'd go and like blow up and become all voidy.
I get it.
That didn't happen in the trailer.
No.
Unfortunately. I mean, maybe it's happened in game. Maybe when we see it, it'll be all fizzy, and I'm going to retroactively go back and give myself another tick because I love doing that. But alas, that was our first bad speculation of the bingo card. So that one is a fail. I have no icon for a fail because I thought it'd be confusing, and also it made me feel bad. So we're just going to leave it blank. Row A is already off of the table. If you picked row A, and I know quite a lot of you did in the chat, I'm really, really sorry. There's no fun for you. Might as well stop watching, sorry. Our next prediction, though.
Hold on, who's Halderon?
Excuse me, who's Halderon? Who's Halderon?
Oh, that guy.
Only this beautiful man. Are you kidding? Who's Halderon? My boy Halderon, my favorite man, Halderon. Me, you're asking me, the head of the Halderon fan club, EU. Who's Halderon? Who's Halderon?
All 10 pixels of Halderon up there for us right now.
Yeah,
Okay, no,
that's
but really, who is
Halderon is
Halderon?
the current Ranger General of Silvermoon. Obviously took up the mantle when the previous one was indisposed. And you know, my thinking was that if the Void were going to come and take over the Sunwell and do the Barocca thing, well, someone was going to be defending it, right? And they were going to fail to defend it, right? So they'd probably eat it, they'd probably die. And we know from the pre-expansion, like pre-purchase gear, that there is a portrait that you can hang in your player housing, one of which is Xalatath, obviously. You can create your Xalatath shrine. You can create a whole room made of Xalatath portraits.
Correct.
That leads into another room. It's just one big Xalatath portrait.
Why not a house? Hold on. Why not a house that is basically from the top down a portrait of Xalatath?
Yeah, I could do that as well.
Right?
Yeah, totally. And there's one which is Tyrallion. There's one which is Alleria, and that one is marked Ranger General.
Ooh.
Which suggests, since she's never been Ranger General before, that maybe that's a role she's going to move into in Midnight.
It's
and
possible.
for that to happen, my boy Halderon is going to have to die.
Ah.
But good news for the Halderon EU fan club, he didn't die.
Hey, there they. Oh, we found the EU Halderon fan club.
I
Thanks,
invite
guys, for
them
coming
with
today.
me everywhere I go. They make me feel so good. To be honest, they're the only people I can really talk to about Halderon. They're the only people that truly understand, you know? So yeah, he didn't die. I suspect we might find out he never existed. We're not sure about that. But for now, he is on the table. He's alive. Unfortunately, that means that that's another square that we didn't get a check mark for. If you're getting a bit worried about my predictions, don't worry, everyone, because I get a lot more right later on, I promise. The Sunwell is already lost.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
That was my prediction.
Oh.
So I thought, obviously, with Xalatath coming in and doing the Barocca and killing Halderon, and then being like, yeah, killed that dude, boom. Obviously, the expansion would start with the Sunwell already all voidy, and, you know, the first, well, I'll get to that in a minute, but, you know, the story of the opening campaign would be us getting ready to take back the Sunwell. And I'm going to be honest, this one isn't entirely clear. Unless there's been an interview or something in the last 5 days that somehow didn't make it online, that I haven't seen, which I find very unlikely, frankly, that clarifies this, then, as far as I know, it's looking pretty voidy out there, okay? Do you not think? Do you not think that that looks like a bit of a void victory going on over the Sunwell there?
Yeah, it's pretty ominous. It's pretty threatening. I don't know if it's necessarily lost already,
The story reaches a thrilling climax as the united armies of the Elven tribes march on the iconic Sunwell Plateau. Answer me this, Evertel.
Okay.
Why would they march on it if they didn't have to fight back the Void? They're not doing it for fun, are they?
No, they're not. Oh, maybe.
So I'm going to count that. Well, okay. You're
Are we
good with the
counting
audience.
this one?
You can ask the audience if we should include it or not. Is this a win or is this a loss?
Ooh, ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a win. So, Row J is on the table. Row J might be the winning row. Exciting times. Now, of course, because the Sunwell has been lost, my other prediction around that was that the Sunwell was going to be the first raid of the expansion as well, which is, I mean, it's technically not true, but it's definitely in the first tier. So for those of you who don't know, right, Midnight takes a new approach to raiding, and we have 3 raids in the opening tier of raiding. We have the Void Storm, which is the 6th boss raid, and that's going to launch at the same time as the Dream one, the Harandir one.
With the Haranir, yeah.
Can't wait for that one. And then a little bit after that is the March on the Sunwell, which, okay, technically makes it the 3rd of 3.
It is, and it has been described as being launched soon after, so not at the same time.
Exactly.
So not dropping immediately with the other ones. Therefore, I think we're going to have to give this one a miss, Tali.
This is awkward because I put the tick on already.
Oh.
I mean, the problem is, I was kind of expecting you to agree with me.
When do I ever?
Look, I'm just saying, you know, you're my wife, I love you and all that.
Okay.
And my sister, so we share genes. And I was just expecting you to agree with me that that was absolutely the first raid.
Okay, I will give you this one, Tali. Just this once.
Thank you, Squat. It's
On
not
a
even my birthday.
technicality.
What do you think of the whole 3 raid thing?
I think it's pretty cool. It's a new format. I like the kind of bite-sized element of it. I like that it gets us moving around a little bit. I have no idea what kind of impact it's going to have on the Race to World First. Maybe it'll be the Race to World's First, Third, and Race to World First, Second, Third.
There's not 3 titles, man. There's 1 title. And that's what it is. I'm very interested to see what is being dreamt of. Because in that second raid, the Harandir one, well, it's kind of the first one as well, but the idea is that the boss is something that is dreamed up by the being that the Harandir worship, which is obviously Azeroth, right? So Azeroth's having some nightmares. Azeroth's eating some cheese before she went to bed. You know, she's manifesting something. And I wonder if that's going to be incredibly significant. Anyway, I gave myself a tick for this one.
You know what? I'll let you have that one.
Because as a treat.
Yeah.
The next one we had was, okay, this is a weird one.
Wait, hold on a second.
I'm going to admit, right, even when you're like a speculation machine, like I am, sometimes you get to the end of these bingo cards and you're kind of like, I kind of run out of ideas at this point. I'm a husk.
Yeah.
I'm spent. And this is what kind of happened with this. So this prediction was that the new Kel'Thalas is big. But
New Kel'Thalas is big.
I meant something specific by that. I meant that, you know, it was way bigger than it is now in game. Like, it's not just big, Evertel, it's grown.
You should have put that on the bingo card, Tali. New Kel'Thalas is big, but much bigger than the.
But then ironically, the writing would have been very small. So, and I didn't know that the bingo card was going to be this big. If I'd known, I could have written whole chapters with appendices, but not in this case. So yeah, I mean, this is a weird one, but I'm very happy for my G-choosing brothers and sisters in the chat, because that is a hit. Row G is still on the table.
Well done, G's.
Well done, big G's. One thing I thought was incredibly interesting was the other zones that appear in the expansion. You know, because there was a lot of speculation about, obviously the Sunwell was going to be there, obviously it was going to be Kel'Thalas and Eversong Woods, and a bit of Kel'Danas, maybe some troll stuff going on as well. There's a lot of speculation about what else would happen. Would they make that area big enough to be an entire expansion's worth of leveling zones? What do you think of the other zones that they've introduced?
Ooh, I think they're really lovely, right? We've got Zul'Aman, which gives us a kind of glimpse into the troll culture and universe, expanded on what we've seen before. And then we have Harandar, which is the home of the Haranir, which I've only just finally figured out how to say.
I thought that was an expansion early, if I'm completely honest with you.
Oh,
I was not
really?
expecting Harandar or the Rootlands until, you know, Last Titan or even the next saga. Even WoW 2, I was like, they are planting the seeds for WoW 2 with that Harandir right there. Absolutely. Oh, can't wait for the reset. Can't wait for us all to play Harandir. So yeah, I was surprised by that. But there is another chapter to the leveling campaign as well, which I think is really interesting, which is you go to Eversong Woods and Silvermoon, and you do your first leveling chapter there, and then you get the choice between whether to go to Trollland, or whether to go to Harendirland, or you can go for a little adventure with Arator, and he takes you to a couple of zones in the old world, like Lights Hope Chapel and places like that, seeing the sights, having an adventure with him, which I think is a really interesting kind of concept for a leveling chapter.
You had me at Arator.
Hold on to that thought.
Road trip
Keep
with
that
Arator.
thought. Keep Arator bubbling away under the surface there, because we
tuck
might
him
be
away.
talking about him later. Our next prediction was that Silvermoon would be a cross-faction hub. I know what you're thinking. Tali, don't be so dangerous with these predictions. Don't be so out there. Don't take so many risks. Well, that's just the kind of guy I am. Sorry, Evie, are you Alliance?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have to ask you to keep to your special small sanctuary of the
Is
stage
this my
over here.
small sanctuary?
Yeah, exactly, because the rest of this stage is a Horde stage! You thought Metzen hadn't made it. He's here with me in spirit.
Just channeling him,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely, Silvermoon is a cross-faction hub.
Of course
Except
it
every
is.
time I hear about Silvermoon, every time a dev speaks about it, and I learn about it from a YouTube short, it feels like the Alliance area in there gets smaller every time we hear about it. At first, it was like, oh, it's a cross-faction hub, Horde and Alliance, living together, mass hysteria. And then it was like, oh no, there are whole terraces which are Horde only, okay? You know, Horde City. And then it was like, well, some of it's for the Alliance. And then it was like, okay, look, they've got a house.
Yeah.
There's like a little embassy.
What are the chances that we're all going to be crammed into Murder Row? Like literally just funneled in there and nowhere else.
Just with flaming garbage everywhere. Yeah, totally. Of course, this was another win for the bingo card because we are going to Silvermoon. We're all going to live there. It's going to be beautiful. I actually am. I'm quite like, obviously, the Alliance fan base in absolute shambles about this news. For a change. Ret Paladins are like, oh, we were back, but now we're gone again. Stop it. But I actually quite like, as an Alliance main, I do quite like the idea of being, you know, on the receiving end of some proper race hate. I feel like that could be quite fun, like as an RP experience.
Absolutely.
But here's the question. Are you going to start a Horde main as well so that you can explore the whole of Silvermoon without even any, like, you know, problems or anything?
You know, I am going to be tempted to do that because I know there's like the memorial area. There are other bits that are just going to be that. And I mean, I've seen the new cinematic. I am absolutely in love with Liadrin now, so I have to make a Blood Elf now.
Okay, I'm going to ask you straight up. What do you think of the cinematic, okay? Because we watched it, and I loved it, but as everyone knows, I'm like a shill man, like, you know, WoW shill man, right? So I can't be trusted with stuff like this or with your mum. And I loved it, obviously, but then I woke up the next day, and the internet wasn't as in favor of it. It wasn't as unanimous as I thought it might be. What's going on there? Was I wrong? Was I wrong, Evie? Is the cinematic bad?
You're telling me the internet was contrarian and grumpy? That's unheard of.
Oh, so are you in agreement with them, though? That's the main thing.
No, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was brilliant. It stirred me, right? Like, the music kicks in. You see, like, the glistening armor on the Blood Elves, who deserve a bit of time on the big screen, I think. And it really got me going, you know. And then the Sunwell is there. The music like swells. The army arrives. You know?
The army. We're going to be talking a lot about that later on when we have our fireside chat with Maria Hamilton, because we're getting all the goss on the army. You don't know what it is. I do. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, so anyway, it was a split Silvermoon. One thing I will say about the cinematic before we move on is I was a bit surprised by some of the reaction in some quarters about it. Generally, like, the reaction's been really good, I think. But there was one criticism of it which I kind of agreed with, reading it, where it was like, oh, I wish their eyes were brighter. You know, they're blood elves. I wish they had brighter eyes.
Sure.
I wish they were more piercing. That's what they're known for. And I was like, okay, yeah, fair. That's a fair criticism. I think that's something to be, if that's your thing, and you were really hoping they'd have bright eyes. But I swear, Evie, every time I watch that cinematic, and you know, I spend a lot of time hanging out in this area, so I see it about 20 times a day. I swear their eyes get brighter. You know, because every time it starts, I'm like, oh, here we go. Blood elves with their not bright eyes. And then by the end of the cinematic, they're all glowing. And I'm like, they're quite bright, actually, aren't they? But maybe not bright enough. Is it possible to hotfix a cinematic?
Surely.
Do you think there's a guy at Blizzard just
cranking the eye brightness button?
I don't know, it could be. I remember it being less bright than it is. Our next prediction.
Okay, this is just a bit of
Okay,
word
now,
salad up here.
Bear with me, right? So, with Silvermoon being a cross-faction hub, which we all knew was going to be the case, and did in fact be, turn out to be the case. Excellent prediction, Taliesin, well done. My thought was, well, the Alliance are probably going to need their own little hub in Silvermoon where they can chill, right? And, you know, at the moment in-game, if you go to Silvermoon, you've got the whole east side of the city, which is looking pretty nice and will be up-resed, but the layout of that probably won't change much, really, when we get to midnight. A few less Kel'Thas statues, stuff like that. A few less green kind of crystals and things like that. But then you've got the entire west side of the city. And it's got that shield, that Silvermoon kind of like Cinderized shield in the west part of the city. And it's just completely open. There's nothing there. And I thought, well, that would be a very good place for a new player housing neighborhood. But also for the Alliance hub, if that's the kind of thing they wanted to do. And I thought, well, you know, if the Alliance are going to be in Silvermoon, why not fly to Silvermoon just to really rub it into all the Blood Elves who have never been able to fly there? Why not arrive in the Vindicar and replace the shield with this Vindicar icon just there? Look, that's just what I'd have done if I was a designer, okay?
Okay.
I'd have replaced one shield
That's why you're not a
with another
designer.
shield-shaped thing. It would have been perfect. It would have been really good. Now, with the revelation from Maria yesterday that the army that appears at the end of the trailer is, in fact, the army of the light, as in the army that are in the Vindicar last time we saw them.
Correct.
As in, you know, they have our, like, air-to-ground nuclear capability up there. One day they'll use it for good. I still think this is a possibility. All I'm saying, okay, look, I haven't counted it as a win, all right? Don't worry. I'm playing it fair, I promise. But I wouldn't be surprised, I'm serious now, if at some point the Vindicar does pull up and land at least near Silvermoon, at least Silvermoon adjacent.
Okay.
Would that shock you?
No, because you've already outlined your insane conspiracy theory to me in great
convinced.
detail.
Chat's like, this is the best idea you've ever had.
They don't. Okay, Tali, I think we're going to have to give that one a miss, I'm afraid.
Oh, yeah, okay, so that's not a win.
Okay.
My next prediction was no flying.
No flying anywhere?
No flying in Eversong Woods.
Okay.
No flying in Silvermoon initially. And the reason I think this, well, there's two reasons. Reason number one is that I think, I don't know what you guys think. I'd be interested to hear your feedback on this in the room, right? I loved having dragon riding from the very start in Dragonflight.
Yes.
I thought that was really, really important. I loved having dragon riding, dynamic flying from the start in The War Within. I thought that was really, really important. Fantastic. Good messaging. I think, I'm sure you'll all agree with me, that maybe the player base is ready to have an expansion where we start and we level up without flying. So it's all ground mounts. Can I hear the ayes on that one?
Oh.
Can I hear the nays?
Yeah. Nays.
It's split, as you might expect. What would you take that? Would you like that? Would that be a thing?
I would. You know what, I just feel like I haven't been in the maw for long enough.
Yeah.
And I just need to be kind of confined to the ground for a while. Just, just need someone to bring me down a little bit. No, but seriously, I would actually appreciate a chance to explore Silvermoon, for example, fully revamped, beautiful new city, you know, as a Blood Elf would, right? Like on foot, on the ground. So, you know what? I wouldn't hate it.
I wouldn't hate it either, but there's a very, very specific caveat with that. Okay. And my specific caveat is that it would need to be unlocked, like, the second I finish the campaign. No waiting for a new patch, no waiting for the raid or whatever. I finish that campaign, I want to be flying. But I would genuinely love to have to go through the leveling campaign without flying. Now, again, this is one of those ones where, at this exact moment, we're not completely sure if this is the case. We've got this image from the features trailer, which very clearly shows someone flying.
There's flying going on in there.
Silvermoon. And Maria Hamilton yesterday, when she was talking about Silvermoon and Eversong Wood, she said it will be really good to skyride through. But that just means there will be skyriding eventually. And that's within, the bounds of this prediction. So I'm going to put a little question mark for this one.
Okay.
And what the question mark means, Evie, is that if this line J, would otherwise be a bingo, then that will count as a tick.
Oh.
And J will be a bingo. And J will win.
You're playing
so
hard
moment,
and fast
J
with the
is
rules.
still on the board.
Okay.
It might be the row.
Okay.
As well as L and K, and that's it, actually.
You know what? We're doing better.
Hey.
We're doing better than I thought we would be doing.
Yeah, me too, I'll be honest. That's not the main reason I want no flying in Silvermoon. Not because of any boring lore stuff or any boring RPG stuff or anything like that. Really, it's just because I think it could be the funniest thing that Blizz could possibly do in that situation. Like the whole, it's a meme that you've never been able to fly in Silvermoon because it's all part of the BC architecture, right? It's all kind of, it's technically part of Outland, and so it's kind of fixed up with all that stuff, and you just can't fly in it. And I just think it'd be glorious if Blizzard were like, here's Silvermoon, you can't fly. I just think that'd be really fitting, and I'd like it.
I get it. You like it.
For the memes. I know Ian Hasgostis loves memes.
Of course he does.
He's so saucy. Our next prediction, Bloodmist Isle.
You mean it exists?
I mean,
or
like,
it's
what? I mean,
there,
technically, I am right. Bloodmist Isle does exist. Yeah, good. Now, this is the kind of support I'm expecting.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. Well, I thought, if they're doing Eversong Woods again, if they're doing like the Ghostlands and Zulaman and stuff like that, obviously, for very obvious reasons, even though it's the other side of the world and completely disconnected from any Blood Elf stuff at all, I think a lot of us associate the Bloodmist Isle and Azimist Isle as being connected somehow to Silvermoon, Eversong Woods.
Yeah, absolutely. You level up your first Blood Elf, you level up your first Draenei. They feel,
exactly.
they're yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
get it.
Both those zones have such exquisite leveling vibes.
Oh,
I think they're my two
so
favorite
good.
leveling zones altogether. And obviously, there'd be no flying on Bloodmist Isle.
No.
Just come on. Obviously, this prediction didn't happen. Row K is now off the table.
Oh.
F's in chat for K. Our next prediction. Oh, okay, right.
Wait.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, wait, hold
So-
on. I see a theme. I see a theme here.
One of the reasons that there aren't more rows on this bingo card that might win, because I decided to make a new class prediction. And I decided to kind of hedge my bets. I decided to really increase the chances that one of my predictions could come true. And so rather foolishly, I made 4 different class predictions and spread them out over different lines, therefore completely sabotaging our chance on any of those lines.
Yeah, because, we were definitely going to get 4 new classes in a single expansion, weren't we?
I was only expecting 1. I was just
Right.
trying to cover myself.
Hedging your bets, all right.
Okay, well, look, okay, so, and the very astute among you will have noticed the extra stupid thing about these choices that I made. But, when it comes to predictions, mostly what I do is I just do what I want to see happen, not what I actually think will happen. Hence Bard. Lots to talk about Bard recently, including in a video by us.
Yeah?
I just love the idea of Bard.
Oh, I would love to play a bard. Any
you'd asked
bard
me-
lovers out here? Because, yeah. Come on, it's like the ultimate class fantasy. Playing a little plinky plunky song and then decimating your enemies.
Did you think that 6 months ago, though? Would you ever have considered it a WoW thing?
No, I did not think that, but then you made a video and I started to think that. You entered the discourse.
If anyone had ever mentioned the idea of a bard class in WoW to me, I would have poo-pooed them. I'd have seen them on their way. I'd have thrown them out. I'd never talk to me or my son ever again. What a stupid idea. Crazy. But then that kind of leaked, survey came out from
yes.
Germany
Oh,
in German,
very interesting.
German leaker. And that suggested the idea of the Radiant Bard. The idea that they're kind of utilizing the Radiant song. And I thought that was so beautiful. I thought that was so eloquent and, exquisite. This idea
Does
that
it for me.
there's a song that people can hear now, and that makes them bards, and they use that magic to kind of do cool bard stuff, and they do it through an instrument. And I just loved it. I thought it was so wonderful that it explained why there were never any bards before. You know? Because that's the thing when you have a new WoW expansion, you have a new WoW class, right? It's always that thing of like, why haven't we ever seen evokers before? It's like, well, they were asleep. They were in a cave. It was so deep. And they just didn't want to, you just didn't see them, that's all, but they were there. They were there all along. And I just thought Bard completely escaped any of that, so I loved it. But obviously Bard didn't happen, and I thought, well, if it's not Bard, it's going to be Tinker, right?
It's got to be one or the other, right?
1,000,000%. It's got to be one or the other. It wasn't Tinker.
Absolutely not.
And then I thought, well, if it's not Bard and it's not Tinker, that'll be because they want to do something very expansion-specific, right? It's
I'm
like
following
a
your
Horde
logic
expansion.
here.
It's like a Silvermoon expansion.
Right? Okay.
So I used Spellbreaker as just a kind of a catch-all Blood Elf kind of class, right? And I've got to admit, in that cinematic, when they had all the glaives and stuff, and they were doing all the fighty-fighty,
Yep.
for a moment there, I was like, oh yeah, come on, come on.
It?
Didn't happen. And then I thought, well, okay, if it's not Bard or Tinker or Spellbreaker, it'll be class skins, right? Surely they'll do that. Do you know what? I was talking to Holly Longsdale yesterday, and I mentioned the idea of class skins to her. She had no idea what I was talking about. Never heard of them. She's like, that sounds cool. I was like, how cool? So none of these things happened, Evertel.
No,
Literally
not a
none
one.
of them. And that's taken out quite a lot of rows in this bingo card. I'm very glad that we put 2 on C. Sorry, C. Sorry for the C choices out there.
And they
That
even
didn't
had the
happen.
Sylvanas free space.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, what was your row that you chose?
Oh, my row? That's a really good question.
I'll tell you, it was G. And you
Oh,
specifically
yes.
swapped Bard and Tinker around because you thought that was more likely.
I did. Well,
Big
lost
L.
it, haven't I? Yeah.
Sorry, G-Team. Not happening for you. So yeah, none of these happened. Now, there are so many less chances for us to win.
But there is still a chance.
Well,
we haven't negated the board.
the biggest hope
Don't lose
that we
hope.
have, row L is still on the table. It could still happen. Row J is still on the table. F, ironically, still on the table. It could happen. Let's see what our next prediction is. A forest troll dungeon.
I'm really glad you elaborated on this because Forest Troll Dung wasn't doing it for me.
Look, we haven't had a poo quest for so long. I'm like itching for a poo quest. We haven't had a poo quest since like the beginning of War Within. Okay? Every time I log into a new patch, I'm like, where's the poo quest? Where is it? Just point me at the poo. I will rummage in that. I will find the thing you need me to find.
Wow, you guys just got
Whatever
some
it is.
deep Tali lore right there.
Totally. And of course, yes, because we're going to Zulaman,
There
we're
we
not
go.
just getting 1 troll dungeon, we're getting 2 troll dungeons. So that is an absolute bona fide 19-carat grade A top shelf win.
I feel much better now. It had been a long while since we'd had a tick.
If I hadn't ruined row H, row H was never going to win. That's fine, forget row H, no, it's fine. It's not going to affect anything getting that right, but I'm glad we did. Next prediction, a 3rd hero talent spec.
Right.
I thought, what are you going to do with hero talents? How are you going to expand on them? And Evie said, what about 5 new points and Apex talents? I said, that's a stupid idea. Sounds awful. No. What they'll do is they'll put in a new talent tree, a 3rd hero talent tree. What do you think about that? It didn't happen, obviously. So that's dead. I'm really sorry, Jay.
It's not one.
But wait, drama. Because those of you who were very frustrated about my class predictions, one of the reasons you were probably so frustrated about it was because, like, Tali, you idiot. Your trousers are amazing, but if you were choosing a new
They're okay.
spec, a new playable class, why didn't you go for the most obvious one? Why didn't you go for the Void Demon Hunter spec, Tali?
No, serious question, Tali.
The one that
Why
you
didn't
knew was
you?
going to happen.
The one that had been explained to us in an entire quest line with a funny little void guy you kick into a portal and who's clearly going to come back and comes back. And
I
then,
love that we kick him into a portal. Please let him appear again and we do that again. I want that to be like his thing. Rathian gets punched in the face, he gets kicked through portals. You know? So like, yeah, okay, I didn't put that one on a bingo card, but it's not because I forgot. I need to be very clear about that. It's because when like the first speculation happened around there being a third Demon Hunter spec, I said, no, definitely not. And so I was just a bit spiteful and I didn't want to put it in.
Very unlike you.
To my own chat. Can you believe it? And I was also so caught up in like the absolute guaranteed certainty of Tinkers that I forgot to even put Void Elf Demon Hunters, something that I always thought was going to happen. I could have just put that in there. Why didn't I put that in there?
You were missing out on like the easiest targets, Tali.
I'm like devastated. Look how glorious
Look at that little
Void
mustache.
Elf Demon Hunters are.
I love it.
That's what they've always really lacked, is like moustache action.
Yeah.
That's what makes a Demon Hunter for me. Imagine playing a Demon Hunter without a moustache. I can't imagine it anymore, nor will I need to. But here's the thing, Evie.
All right.
Because we've got a new Demon Hunter class, they're not going to use the same 2 hero talent trees that already exist for Demon Hunters, are they?
Hold on. I think I see what you're getting at here.
They're going to get a new hero talent tree.
Okay. Again, a technicality, but I'm going to give it to you.
Look, okay, now, technically, yes, I meant a new hero talent tree for every class, but this is a win, okay? I'm taking this one.
You can take that one.
I was technically correct, which is the best kind of correct. Milady. So what that means is, for those keeping track, and I'm sure you all are, Jay is still on the board.
Column J is still
might
alive.
be the winner.
Ooh.
Let's see where we're going next. Oh, I love this prediction. Strathholm is back. So here was my thinking, right? I thought they're redoing that whole northern part of the map. What's the thing that's next to that northern bit of the map? Strathholm. It's a bit on the map where you can't go. You can fly over it. It's on fire. It's been on fire for over 20 years, Evertal. 20 years. How? It's like the sun. How has it been on fire for that? How much grain is there?
Apparently none.
It's insane that it's been burning that long. And, you know, many of you might think that this was a prediction that went very wrong and didn't come true, and it's a loss. But no, no, no. Because I woke up, and the way I like to start my day, poo, obviously, but after that, I like to check YouTube Shorts, my favorite way of consuming WoW news. And I saw a YouTube short telling me, it showed Paul Cubitt in some random interview, I don't know where it came from, but he was talking about that 3rd chapter with Arator, where you go around the old world, you go to Light's Hope Chapel, and one of the places you go to, he said, is Strathholm, baby.
There you go.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I hope it's not on fire anymore.
Hey, you know what? Good on you for watching those YouTube shorts.
Thank you. What? As if I wouldn't, they're my favorite thing. It's where I get all my WoW news. So that's a win. There it is. Look, look at this Photoshop job I did.
You screen grabbed it for proof.
Do they want to go on a 3rd chapter of the campaign? It is not tied to any particular zone, but it takes you to some of the older places in the world. Places like Light's Hope Chapel, places like Strathholm. That's a win right there, Evie. Happy, happy days. It doesn't doesn't really change anything, does it? Yeah, thank you.
Ooh, that's
retroactively right is another kind of the best types of right.
Good to see the Strathholm fan club out in the audience today as well.
This is where we move into the player housing predictions that I had. And one of my main player housing predictions was town halls. What does town halls mean to you, Evie?
Town halls to me are places where we can congregate with our neighborhood, with our friends, with everyone who's in the same housing area as you. Yeah, town halls, although I would say guild halls, or I would say taverns, right? If I'm going to have a communal space in my neighborhood, it's going to be a tavern, right?
Tavern, community theater.
Ooh, nice one.
Something like that, you know.
Hardcore PvP arena.
Yeah, exactly. So town hall is kind of a catch-all for like a public space within the neighborhood where we can all like just meet up, have a gay old time, be terrific. Town halls is not happening.
No.
Not at launch.
We've had so many interviews, and I kept pushing it. And I was like, no, but like, could you maybe consider a house where everyone comes together as a town hall, right? Like, maybe technically, yes, I'm definitely not doing this for the bingo card.
Definitely not on launch. That's the thing.
No,
I was like giving Paul Cubitt so much hassle in that booth over there when we had him on to interview during the housing showcase, and he was having none of it. He shut that down. So I'm afraid, guys, ain't no town halls at launch.
Alas, no town hall.
One of you is going to have to take the bullet. One of you is going to have to make your home the guild home. Get the disco
Who's it gonna
balls
be?
up. Get the plastic on the floor. Our next player housing prediction was racial exterior themes.
Ah.
So in all of like the build-up to player housing, you know, it's been very noticeable how there's like an alliance neighborhood, there's a horde neighborhood. The alliance neighborhood, it all looks like Goldshire and Elwyn and stuff like that, and that's nice, but all the buildings look like Goldshire and Elwyn as well. And then the horde neighborhood, it's just spiky, isn't it?
It is.
It's just spiky and
So
dusty
spiky.
and all
I
the
love
things.
spiky. I
the
love
things that Horde love.
dusty. But the horde also has, well, blood elves, who are extremely fancy. Nightborn. I mean, you're not going to have a Nightborn living in one of those houses,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. So, you know, there was a worry, I think, from a lot of players that they wouldn't get the chance to, you know, properly customize the outside of their house. And we still heard nothing big or official on this, but it has been confirmed that, in fact, I don't know, you know, if your YouTube Shorts isn't working, it has been confirmed that this is actually happening. Player housing, when it goes live, is going to go live with human options. It's going to go live with horde options and, you know, orc options. But it's also going to go live with exterior options for night elf-looking stuff and blood elf-looking stuff. And here's the thing that we learned in an interview we did just minutes ago. Those aren't going to be neighborhood specific. So you might be thinking, like, oh, I'll only be able to use the blood elf one and the orc one in the horde neighborhood. No, you can put human stuff, according to this interview we just did. I'm taking them on their words. They know what they're talking about. They're very important. But they said that, yeah, if you want a night elf house in the middle of your horde neighborhood, if you want an orc house in the middle of your human neighborhood, you can make that happen. That can be a thing. That's just absolutely on the table. So, like, a level of customization on the exterior that I don't think any of us were expecting.
No, I was very pleasantly surprised to hear that, actually.
But and the thing was, I, like, made them say it about 3 times in the interview. I was like, so, just to be clear.
Can you just confirm? I'm definitely not doing this just for the bingo card, but, you know, if I were...
And then I was like fist
yes.
pumping, and they're like, oh, Tali's really happy about that news. I was like, yeah, another square on the bingo. Because that is another square on the bingo.
Oh. Column
it's
J.
quite an important square as well, because as you will see, row J is now looking very healthy indeed.
And now, Tali,
If you picked row J in our chat, well,
Tali,
you might be the winner.
I hate to break it to you, but there is no row J. There is a column J. I don't want to be that person, but that's a column, babe. Sorry, milady.
I hope you lose.
No, but Tali is right. Column/row J is still in the running now.
I think it's going to win.
I think it could do it.
I think it's definitely going to win.
I think it could do
I
it.
will be shocked. Delves, I predicted that Salandria.
Who's Salandria?
Salandria is the adopted daughter of Liadrin. So when we saw Liadrin pop up in the cinematic, when her big beautiful face was the first thing we saw, with that beautiful jaw and those very dark eyes, I was like, yeah, if she's going to be like one of the main characters they're pushing in this, it makes sense. Her adopted daughter. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you've ever done the Children's Week quests, around Orgrimmar and stuff like that, Salandria is the little blood elf girl that you take with you on your adventures. What a strange trip it's been, right? A long, strange trip it's been. And she's now grown up. She's part of the Silvermoon forces. She was probably in that cinematic. We just didn't recognize her with a helmet on.
She's probably in there. And with all of that, she's kind of the perfect new Delve companion, right? You need a bit of an antidote to Bran. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I really do.
But I'm ready.
Come on, don't you think that, like, the comedy of Bran has been exquisite?
Oh, it's been beautiful.
I don't mean, like, in Delves. I hate him. But, like, outside of Delves, that whole thing of like season 1, he was there, but then Evie, he lost his hat.
No.
And he was all like, oh, I need a hat. And you got him all like different types of hat. Hilarious. But then the joke's not over, Evie, because then this season, he's lost all his clothes except his hat. That's my kind of comedy. I'm not even joking.
It's beautiful. And you know, the fact that he kept being absolutely wiped as a tank, that was also hilarious.
Yeah. And I thought
Tuning was
Salandria
hilarious.
would be an excellent kind of upgrade in that sense. They gave us someone a bit like Salandria. Blizzard did that thing where they were like, okay, that's a really good idea. I think I can make it better. What if Salandria, but Alliance?
Oh.
And so that's what they did. We've got, is it Valera?
Valera Sanguinar has been confirmed
We put this
as our new
together
Delve
before
companion.
that was actually announced. So we don't have a slide for that. But Valera is like your classic Alliance Blood Elf. She wears the red latex. She's got the big knives.
Yes, she does. Did you say big thighs or big knives?
Both. She's got it all, man. And you know, I think she's going to give me what I wanted out of Salandria in Delves, i.e. someone that's just horrible to me.
Oh, she's going to be so mean
I want her to be so mean.
Don't
I'm fed up
stand
with
there.
Bran and his jokes and his cooking.
Are
And
you
his, like,
saying you just need an equivalent of me in the Delve,
yeah, actually.
telling you what to do?
You know,
correcting your rows and columns.
I hadn't thought of it like that. But now you've really dug into the bottom of my psyche there. And yes, I think that's what it is, definitely. I bring the puppy dog energy to this Delve, Bran. Quit stepping on my toes and get out of the webs. And that's the thing. With Bran, you're like, Bran, you idiot. Don't stand there, Bran. Bran, dude, don't pull that guy, Bran. With Valera, you're going to be like, stand wherever you like. Here? I can't hate her. She's perfect. She's wonderful. So, yeah, no, Salandria is not a win, unfortunately. That doesn't affect any of our rows. Basically, we're looking at row L, and we are looking at row J. Wow, racial themes really helped out both of those rows. Going into the final square for each of them,
Ooh.
either of these could be winners.
This
I'm
is getting
very,
a little
very
bit
excited.
dramatic, actually.
Will our chat get many wonderful prizes? Who knows?
Ooh.
Let's have a look. Because our next prediction is... Oh, there we are. Sorry, I had a little graphic for the Delves.
Oh, nice.
Valera Sanguinar, there you go.
Good to cite your sources,
I put
Tali.
that in last minute, but I didn't get a photo of her, sorry. She hasn't got a new model yet. Oh, I'm looking forward. Do you think she'll get a new model?
She's better.
Her last model was in BFA.
Still really
And that was
good.
already enough of a glow up. Do you think? I don't know. I'm not sure they'll give her one. Oh, I hope they do. I hope she loses her hat in season 1. What? If Bran can do it, she can do it. Blizzard's war on men continues. Okay, so anime Arator, so hot.
Wait,
Was this prediction?
did I write that one?
Yeah. And you know, this was my thinking of, you remember, right, when Dragonflight was on the cards? And you remember in the alpha of Dragonflight, when that key art for the loading screen hit, and it had all the dragon aspects there, and it was like, whoa, anime dragon aspects, so hot. Just absolute thirst traps, a lot of them.
Super beautiful.
And I was expecting Arator to fill this void, as it were, and to be this expansion's version of that, you know? And to be like, they are going to glow him up so hard, he's going to be so hot.
I mean, he's very big.
And I was right. Now, I'm not going to count this as a win. Not because I don't think he's very, very hot, because he is. But is he anime? Is he more anime than a usual Blood Elf male?
I
don't
get
think
what
he
you were
is.
saying here.
I wouldn't say he's anime Arator so hot. I would say he's like the big tattooed Swedish guy who's in your room at the hostel in Thailand. Hot. Like, I feel like that's, I've been in hostels.
Yeah.
I've shared bunks with this guy.
But he's really friendly and
Oh,
like
he's super friendly.
you're
Oh my
gonna
God.
go to a rave together and he's packing you like drinks and snacks.
Exactly, and he's got like
He's that
drinks in
guy.
his bag that you're like, how did you even get those?
Yeah.
You know, we're in a jungle here. And he's like, oh, my friend, come on. It's good to see you. Like, that's what Arator is going to speak like. And that's, when I see him, like, this guy is like at every guild meetup you've ever been to.
He is. He's our
and I love
favorite
him for that.
guy.
So he's like super hot. I just can't really give him the point for being anime. It doesn't really affect anything anyway, so that's a loss for me, I'm afraid.
Wow, you actually chose to not give yourself a point there.
Yeah.
That's a new one for you, Tali.
If it had been like, if Bard had happened, you better believe I'd have given myself the point on that one. To complete column G. G-fam represent. No, instead, it's not a point for that. Square I is unimportant as well, but the prediction was Tyrallion.
Oh,
Rip
how dare you
Tyrallion.
even put that up
I
there?
thought it was going to be a Haldron Tyrallion double header. Or double beheader, I guess. I thought, okay, and here's the thing. I still kind of think Tyrallion ain't making it out of the expansion. I just don't see any way, right? What do you think?
I mean, it's the perfect setup, right? He's the light, Illyrio's the void, you know, much like us. Although I feel like you're doing a bit of a
I'm
light
light and
and
void
void thing
today,
right now.
yeah,
I'm just all void.
As always.
Yeah.
Just so hungry.
Always.
Just trying to eat everything.
Literally.
Always hungry. No, I mean, like,
Yeah.
okay, so it is that thing where, you know, there's no better way of inspiring a character than killing everyone they love. And at the moment, Illyria is, like, really upset about Locust Water. Like, so sad, thinks about him all the time. She'll get over it. And the second she does, Tyrallion, gone, boom, dead.
Yeah, and we do have that line from Xalatath herself, right? Where she's like, now I'm going to take everything you love. So as much as I hate to say it, I do think his days are numbered, but they were not numbered in the announcement.
We don't know if it yet. And you know what? Even if it, like, in a month's time, it turns out that he is going to die or something like that, it wouldn't affect the bingo card anyway.
No.
So I think that's okay. One thing I will note, actually, one thing I loved about the cinematic and the features trailer is how, and don't take this the wrong way, how Illyria didn't appear at all. And don't get me wrong, I like Illyria. She's great.
Love Illyria.
She's cool, man. And I love Anduin. He's such a nice guy. But I'm really glad that they didn't appear in these cinematics. I'm really glad that they weren't part of the initial midnight hype, you know, because I love that thing of like, no. It's just blood elves now, dudes. It's just blood elves being cool, being bad, like, you know, fighting. No mages there for some reason, but, you know, like, just with their glaives and stuff. Excellent work. No, I genuinely really, really like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
We're at the business end. There are currently 2 rows / columns / lines / collections of squares that could be the winner. We're going to need something really good
right.
for
So
JE. Okay? Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Oh.
Okay. I am still convinced that Sylvanas will appear in this expansion. If you knew how many Sylvanas busts were back there,
There were a lot of
we're
busts.
desperately trying to get rid of, but they're so big, no one wants them. Like, no, I'm getting on a plane, sorry. Like, this big. I'm convinced she's going to be a part of this expansion. Windrunner Spire is one of the...
Absolutely.
Is it a dungeon or a delve? Can you remember?
Windrunner Spire is a dungeon where apparently you get to explore the history and the secrets and the mysteries of the Windrunner family
Right.
as a dungeon. But still,
Yeah.
we're going to get plenty of
I mean,
lore
and that
through
would
there.
work. If you were planning on bringing her back, right? Doing a little history lesson like that would be a really good idea. So I'm
would be.
convinced, 100%, that Sylvanas will be back in this expansion, but there has so far been no Sylvanas tease.
Not a trace of
Not
her.
even a little boot
Not even a little
on the
wisp of
ground. I was expecting
smoke.
nothing more than that. Nothing more than a little boot. Spiky. That was my worst case scenario. My best case scenario that was that her we'd see Kel'Thalas on flames or something, and then smash cut to Sylvanas and Nathanos standing next to each other just like that. We're back. I just think that could be really nice. But we didn't get any of that. So our
Alas.
last hope for all the people in chat getting prizes, including you guys, if you were here, there's still one last chance to make a bingo
single
here.
square.
And by genuine, complete chance, it's the last square on the bingo card. This was, and I'm not going to lie, this was the prediction I was most sure about.
Oh, you were so certain.
I am still so certain.
Oh.
I mean, I mean, I was so sure.
Oh, Tali.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because Belial told me they'd scrap the storyline.
Oh.
And I was like, I was watching him on YouTube Shorts one day, and I was like, well, that's certain then, isn't it? They're not going to be there. And, I never thought they'd scrap the storyline. I thought they'd just, they'd put them on hold until the last Titan. I was like, their zone is meant to be very far under the ground. They obviously worship the World Soul. They obviously look after the World Soul. They obviously take care of the World Soul. I bet that we can see the World Soul in the skybox of their zone or something like that. And I got really excited when I saw the Haranir zone, honestly, as well, when it was really, really bright.
Looks amazing,
In the sky. And I thought, it's the World Soul. It's not. It's just like light from the roots and stuff like that. So yeah, they are here, an expansion earlier than I thought. What do you think of that?
I mean, I'll take it, but I'm really sorry, Tali.
Well, I mean, apart from the crushing disappointment of, not getting a bingo.
You worked so hard on this.
I worked so hard on it.
You worked so hard.
I'm afraid, guys, there was no bingo. No one has won any prizes. You're all losers. I'm glad you lost. That's the end of the show.
Oh, what? Hold on.
You can't save this, Evie.
Get back up here.
No, this entire show rested on the idea that we'd actually have something to celebrate and like, we like have a good time with my predictions and how clever I am and how brilliant my trousers are, and that's not going to happen. And I'm sorry. I don't know how excited I am about Haranir, and I really am, though. But, it doesn't matter. The show's ruined.
Tali, hear me out. Now, you know me. I'm sorry. I sometimes get hung up on the technicalities.
No, that's not like you.
Rows, columns, lines of squares. I just couldn't help but notice one thing.
Yeah, new allied race, Haranir. Thanks for rubbing it in. That's great. Cheers.
Right? Haranir.
Yeah.
Haranir.
Okay. What?
Haranir.
No, I don't understand.
Tali, your prediction was for... Well,
yeah, Haranir, like I say. Yeah.
But yours was... Haranir.
I think I see where you're going with this, Evie.
No.
Look.
Hear me
you
out.
just can't decide how to spell it. I'm not supposed to know, am I?
You predicted that we will have no Haranir.
Yes.
Whatever that is. In the announcement, therefore,
there was
I'm giving you a
Haranir.
take. There are no Haranir.
Legit and completely by chance,
On
this
a
bingo card was
technicality.
saved by the fact I can't spell or proofread. Well, that's actually a very lucky accident, isn't it? So, ladies and gentlemen, row L is the bingo!
Woo!
Press that button again, Evie.
We actually got a bingo.
Like, genuinely, yeah. I didn't even have to cheat, sort of. Yeah, so there we are. We got the jailer leak was fake. We got the Silvermoon is a cross-faction hub. Don't know how we ever got that one.
No.
Really, really out there, kind of dangerous prediction. We got racial exterior themes, and actually, I'm quite proud of that.
That came in right at the last minute, too.
And no Haranir, nope, and there is not a single Haranir.
There is not one Haranir
in Midnight. So, guys, if you chose row L, you shouldn't have won.
But you did.
Somehow you did. So we'll be going through the chat, we'll be going through the comments, and we will be choosing one of you who put that in the comments of our predictions video, and we will be awarding you with an Epic Edition Midnight pre-order.
Oh, you lucky thing.
No, isn't that amazing?
So
You
lucky.
get to play the expansion 3 days early.
Ooh.
Make sure you put all the footage on YouTube Shorts so we can all see it. Can't wait. And that brings our bingo predictions to a close.
You know what, Tali, that was quite a thrilling ride. I don't think I've ever had a more kind of exciting bingo sesh in my life. Although, I don't know, maybe you need to show me some bingo in the UK. Maybe it goes a different way.
This is pretty emblematic of how exciting bingo is. I have regrets. My main regret is that I didn't know how big this was going to be. And so I missed the opportunity just to put Zalatas' feet on there. Can you imagine?
I'm already imagining it.
I imagine it every time I wake up, every time I go to bed. It's
On
so
that note,
glorious.
guys, thank you so much to all of you who came here and endured this bingo game live here at Gamescom. We've had a great time. We've had our ups and downs. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with this.
I think this is just another feather in the Taliesin speculation cap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think this has only clearly enhanced my reputation and made me more popular in the community. If that were possible.
So,
I mean, maybe not possible. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Speaking of community, thank you to everyone who has been watching live chat. We see you. We appreciate you. Everyone who's been listening to this podcast, because it is technically a podcast as well, and to everyone who has joined us here at Gamescom. It's very kind of you considering how many absolutely amazing things there are around you, including player housing literally right there. So if you haven't had a spin on it yet, definitely have a look. It is beautiful. It is sublime.
Built yesterday, I put a big room out, and I built an entire Victorian cobbled street.
Oh, it was
In
gorgeous.
a room. It had like a well. It had like, in 17 minutes, can you believe it? It had a well, it had walls, it had like lanterns and stuff. It had like a little old god kind of shrine and stuff like that. And then I tried to put another tree in, and it glitched out, and I fell through the floor, and it's all gone forever.
Oh, typical.
Which, I don't know, man. It might be quite representative of how that thing goes live. I'm not sure. Put that on the bingo card. No, I think it's going to be exquisite. Every dev we've talked to about player housing here has been like some of the most, I mean, WoW devs I always think are like the most passionate devs in gaming anyway, because there's very few teams for other games that are made up almost entirely now of people that were just really big fans of the game and really wanted to work for that game. But that's what WoW, the Team 2 is made up of now, is just people that really loved WoW for years and years and years and now make the game. But the housing devs are like another breed on from that even. They're so enthusiastic about this new feature. And it's going to be amazing. I love it. I
now,
can't
if you
stop playing
too
it.
want to gush about player housing and the devs and Midnight and how much you love it, please join us, I guess, down here where we'll be coming to say hello. If you'd like to do a quick little meet and greet with us, we'll be here. And then immediately after that, we're going to be right over there hosting the Player Housing Showcase, which will be live on stage here for another round of some superb building.
That's why I wore this thick denim shirt, dark denim shirt, because it makes me sweat more, but it hides the sweat.
Well done, Tali.
I'd like to thank all of you for coming. I'd like to thank the amazing crew here who made all this happen, and specifically avoided the curse of a WoW podcast, obviously, because as you all know, like, for some reason, the universe just decides to make our podcast plagued with technical issues. And for some reason, the professional team here managed to, like, avoid all of those.
Yeah, it's almost like they're pros.
It's so weird.
I think
when
this
I do it,
means-
it doesn't work.
I think this means we can literally never do the podcast again, because we're never going to match this level of production.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So thank you,
for
guys.
all those brilliant side shots. It is much appreciated. Thank you. And thank you to all of you who came here and made us not feel like complete losers by playing to an empty hall. Give yourselves a round of applause. Oh, it's like panto.
That's more like it.
So we're going to go off stage, and we're going to come down the front here for anyone that wants to say hello. But for me, Taliesin.
And me, Evatel.
Until next time, cheerio!
Bye.